Welcome to this voiceover version of my 2020 abstract seascape tutorial where I use a plastic card and lots of yummy techniques. Let's get started. I'm using hot press 300 grams paper and I'm wetting it with a large brush, really giving it a good soak. What I'm doing now is I'm using a palette knife. You can use a plastic card or even a paintbrush to apply the paint, and I'm using a paper plate to mix it, so you don't need to rush out and buy expensive materials here. And I'm using the plastic knife now to apply this paint wet into wet onto the surface to create the look of distant sort of rocks here. Now these colours are actually handmade watercolours that I don't actually use anymore, but you could use something like light red, burnt sienna and a little bit of raw umber or yellow ochre and just paint these wet into wet. What's lovely about using a plastic palette knife or just a palette knife in general with watercolours, it's very different. I'm actually applying the paint straight from the tube. And I'm using a bit of Prussian blue here, mixing it in with that sort of clay red colour, but you could use burnt sienna or light red or even Venetian red or even just ordinary cadmium red. Just have fun with it. And I'm painting into puddles here just to see what happens. With watercolour, because it's a wet medium, you know, you can get a lot of happy accidents and you can mess around with it, play around with it, just see what happens. It's really therapeutic. And you can use the back of an old painting or even your sketchbook as well if you're worried about using a fresh piece of watercolour paper, which I totally understand. I'm actually using some black here, straight from the tube, but because the water is so wet it dilutes it, so it's a really kind of interesting way of using watercolour, a little bit different than mixing it into a palette. And I'm using lots of puddles as well, and puddles, wet paint running into drying paint creates backruns, so that would be quite interesting. Those cauliflowers or blooms. So I'm applying this sort of dilute black paint now, diluted on the paper that is, and just applying it into the foreground area using a little bit of my imagination. I did have a photograph for this, but this looks totally different from the photograph, so I thought I'd just sort of not share the photograph because it's just a seascape with waves, etc., and I went in a completely different direction, but just showing you can paint from your imagination. I tend to like a photograph to be there. I don't actually look at it sometimes, so if you want one there for comfort, get a seascape with some rocks and then see what happens. So I'm applying this lovely sort of red ochre colour here, but again you can use burnt sienna with some red or alizarin crimson, and I'm tilting is so much fun, getting the paint to run down because it's a wet medium, using this hog hair brush to tease the paint to get it to move. You can use a large household paintbrush if you want to. Just, you know, you don't have to run out and buy the most expensive materials here. So as you can see, I'm just letting the paint run by tilting it to the right here, just to see what happens. I'm wetting the sky area again with this large hog hair brush. And I'm using some paint again straight from the tube. And I'm mixing it on the paper plate. Any blue will do. You could use ultramarine with a little bit of black or Paynes grey, bit of Prussian blue with some black or Paynes grey, painting this with the palette knife wet into wet. It feels so good, and you can tilt this as well. I find with this technique, hot press paper seems to be the best, the smoother paper. You can use cold press. I find rough paper, when you use paint straight from the tube, it gets sort of stuck in the grain. So I would sort of recommend hot press or cold pressed. So I'm using thick blue paint, a bit of Prussian blue with my plastic knife, but you could use a plastic card as well, or another plastic tool. Maybe you've got one that you can share in the comments section that you use, but just applying this thick creamy paint straight from the tube onto the wet or damp surface, and actually printing with the knife as well to create really thin lines. I find this sort of painting, look at the sky, it looks so peaceful. So applying this sort of dilute paint here to the foreground area, and this area is the sea and it's dry, so you're just getting these marks, wet on dry, but on the beach area is a little bit more wet into wet. So just applying a little bit more dark here. Now, if you like this style of painting, I've got lots more in my abstract playlist, and I'll put a link for the playlist in the description below. And just applying a little bit more black or any dark colour straight from my palette, but that's literally freshly squeezed paint. I love saying that. And just applying that Prussian blue here, damp into wet. Now, I made that little palette for a workshop I did a few years ago, where I've got some empty pans and some tube paint, so all the students could have the colours that I had. So I squeezed them out individually, but you could make your own little palettes. I bought those little plastic empty boxes from Amazon and actually stuck the pans down with some glue so that they wouldn't fall out, and then squeeze whatever colours you fancy. Really, you can make your own little mobile palette for travel maybe. So I'm using my pipette here to squeeze some water just straight from the tap to sort of actually dilute some areas, and I'm tilting as well, but you get some nice effects and really atmospheric effects just by tilting, and you can tilt some of that dark as well into the wet. Using my brush as well to lift off some paint to create some lighter areas. You can really just experiment using this technique, and as you can see, using that clean damp brush to lift off the paint to create lighter areas. I'm using a plastic store card here cut up to lift off damp paint, and I will put a link in the description below of a tutorial I made all about using plastic cards, a great tool for watercolour. As you can see, it creates some lovely shapes and lighter marks, and you've got that sort of underpainting coming through as well, lifting off some light here for maybe the waves coming into the rocks, perhaps a few more smaller rocks here in the foreground, just swiping the damp paint. If you find the paint runs back in on itself, just wait a little bit longer, it's just too wet. And it's really fun to do, and you can almost sculpt these rocks, just lifting off a little bit more light there on the wet sandy beach. And here is the finished painting. I really hope you enjoyed the voiceover version of this tutorial. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section. And if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you'll get updates of my latest tutorials. And if you'd like to get access to my weekly exclusive watercolour tutorials, why not think about joining my Patreon membership? Details about the membership can be found in the description below. Just click more. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope you're inspired to paint a loose, atmospheric, semi-abstract watercolour. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.